Moving on to the third of our standard algorithms, and this is finding maximum or finding minimum. They're grouped together because they're so similar, and it can be used to find either the largest or the smallest data item in a list, so in an array. And again, this is assuming that the number of items in the list is known in advance, so a fixed number, and there's more than one item in it, so that our array has at least 2 elements in it. Like linear search, we can also use finding max or minimum standard algorithm to return the position of the data item in the list, because this might be useful later on. Here's the pseudocode. So we start off by setting the largest value, okay, which is what we're going to return as the maximum of the list, to the first item in the list. So we can assume that the first item in the list is the largest value at present. And this means that we reduce the number of fixed loop cycles by 1, because we can then loop for all other items in the list. There's no point in looping through the first item, because it will never be larger than itself. Step 3, we compare the current element in the array to the value of largest, and we say that if the item value is greater than largest, then you set the variable largest to be the current value of the current element in the array. If it's not, then nothing happens, and step 5 just ends the if statement. Step 6 loops back on itself to element 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for however many items you have in your list. And by the end of the fixed loop, you're guaranteed to have identified the largest value, and you can return that in step 7 as the largest, as the maximum value in that list. Now, if you look at this pseudocode and compare it to the next one, where we're looking at finding the minimum or the lowest amount or the shortest time or fastest time, the only thing that's changing is marked in red. So setting the smallest to the first item in the list, and at step 3 comparing the item value and seeing if it's lower than the smallest value, and obviously in step 4 setting smallest to the current item if that is the case. Step 7 returning the smallest variable as the lowest value or the minimum of the list.